Again, it was, how much money do I need to save to never ever work again? And at first it felt completely reasonable, but eventually I started wondering, what if financial independence isn't a timeless dream, but a response to a specific moment in history? And it sort of made me think about this. Most clients aren't trying to get rich. They're trying to feel safe. They're tired, a little bit burnt out, worried about layoffs, AI, inflation, the cost of housing, the next financial crisis. So when someone tells them, save aggressively, invest well, and you'll never have to work again, that doesn't sound like a luxury, it sounds like relief. And honestly, I completely get it. But at some point, I caught myself asking another question. When did not working become our definition of a good life? And there's a bit of historical context, and it's quite interesting. The FIRE movement didn't really take off until after the 2008 financial crisis. A whole generation watched their parents lose their jobs, their homes, their pensions. People entered into the workforce with stagnant wages, unstable careers, and disappearing security. So financial independence wasn't really about yachts or leisure. It was more about control. It was about saying, if a system won't protect me, I'll need to protect myself. Seen that way, financial independence isn't a universal human aspiration. It's a rational response to uncertainty. And that framing already changes how we should really think about it. The questions no one really asks is, one thing that's always struck me, both online and in client conversations, is how sophisticated the accumulation planning phase is. We model safe withdrawal rates, stress test portfolios, optimize taxes, debate 3%, 4%, but there's one question that doesn't really get answered when given the same attention. And what you're going to do, the question is, what are you actually going to do in your 30s and 40s with this unstructured time? We're incredibly good at planning how to leave work and surprisingly vague about what replaces it. The social identity side to this is that I've seen with people, not just in research, it's work provides a lot of invisible structure. It shapes your day, it anchors your social world, it gives you a sense of contribution. Some early retirees are often surprised about how disorientating this feels. Their friends are still working, their old professional circles dissolve, their calendar suddenly gets very empty. And then there's identity. What do you do? It's not just small talk, it's where we situate ourselves socially. I'm retired at 38 sounds amazing on the internet. In real life, it often feels, I guess, a little awkward. So there's a paradox here. There's a paradox of freedom. There's also a psychological paradox. We assume that more freedom automatically means more fulfillment. But research and honestly lived experience suggests that something subtler is going on. When the structure completely disappears, meaning becomes harder to generate, not easier. Work, even imperfect, provides goals, feedback, challenge, and progress. And you can remove that and suddenly feel completely responsible for designing your own sense of purpose each day. Some people thrive in that environment, and others feel completely lost. And that's not personal failure. It's just how us humans are wired. So in theory, there's a hidden cost of extreme saving. There's another trade-off I also see, and extreme financial independence strategies often mean compressing life in your 20s and 30s. Smaller homes, fewer experiences, delayed travel, sometimes even postponed relationships for a future version of yourself you haven't even met yet. And here's the thing, experiences available to you at your 30s aren't the same experience that you get when you're 60. Your energy changes completely, your body changes, your social world changes. So the question isn't, is saving irresponsible? It's, what am I postponing now? And am I genuinely okay with that cost? And we can reframe this. This is a reframe that changed how I also think about money and how I advise clients. Instead of asking, how fast can I escape work? I instead ask, what kind of work and life wouldn't require an escape plan at all. For some people, aggressive financial independence makes perfect sense. For others, optimizing their present life, autonomy, flexibility, meaning it all matters more than optimizing an exit strategy. And neither answer is correct or morally superior. They're just different responses to completely different problems. Financial independence isn't wrong, but it isn't a universal destination either. It's a response to a particular moment and a particular anxiety. Maybe the most important financial question isn't when can I retire, but what kind of life am I actually building right now? I genuinely love to hear your thoughts and your perspective, especially if you disagree.